Wow, well, I haven't done this in a while, so hopefully it'll go alright. I think we're meant to be having someone come to check something in a bit, so hopefully they won't sort of interrupt, or anyway, I can pause, but it's fine. Yeah, I think there's going to be a solar eclipse today, or a partial solar eclipse, so that might be quite cool to watch. I'm going to do a little shout out because a few people have been watching my podcast. Some of my family have been watching my podcasts and apparently falling asleep to them, which is nice. I think that's in a good way. I think my niece has been falling asleep to it, so hello, if that's what you're doing now. Got some of your little friends that you left from when you've been out in the garden over here. Yeah, so I'm looking after them. Anyway, yeah, what else have I been talking to? I've been talking to quite a lot of people on Instagram. There's a lady who does lino prints, and I've been quite interested in doing that because I want to do a bit of fabric printing, and I've got some cute pictures of like people wearing knitted headbands, and I've been out in the garden quite a lot recently. I've been trying some slug experiments. But yeah, my chicken was eating some of the... I put down loads of grit and I thought, oh, yeah, that's bomb proof. Those slugs are not getting in there. And then I turn around, the chicken's eating the plant. It's just, what are you doing? Oh, she's so crazy. But oh, she's was 8 this year. She's so old, but she's laid 3 eggs this week. So she's lasted quite a good age. She's a well-summer, and I think she's quite got used to us in lockdown, like just being around the house a lot more, and she'll really come up to you, and when I'm gardening she'll just stand, like she was almost standing between my legs the other day, and I sort of thought, oh, what's going on? And yeah, I don't know why she was squawking the other day, but I'm wondering if the squirrel that's in the garden, he likes to sit in the hanging baskets. I'm wondering if he's been annoying her, or if it's just her normal egg laying song. I'm not really sure. You know, you come outside and go, what's going on? And yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's been really exciting recently. So I went to one of my friend's houses the other week, and I finally met her baby. And she's like one of my best friends, and it's been about a year since she was pregnant the last time I saw her. So that was really nice. We just sat in the garden, had a chat, and gave my other friend a little embroidered E that I'm going to put in here. We were taking photos of that in the garden, so that was really nice. I might talk about that later. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos for Bats to Hats, which is a spin along, knit along, crochet along, knarl bind along if you want, weave along. Basically we're going to take a fluffy fluff, you can make it into a bat yourself or a roving, and yeah, just spin it. I think bats are a really good beginner thing to spin up as well. It's woolen, you can make woolen spun, yeah, and it's just, yeah, it's just really, I think it's just really easy to start spinning for me. This is a bat, and you can totally just buy a ready-made bat or a Rolag or some rovings for this project, so it's just woolen spun really. You don't have to make the bat yourself at all. So, what was I going to talk about now? Oh yeah, I learnt this little technique, which is basically how to get a nice Rolag. A Rolag's one of these, which you can spin with. Look, and that comes out really nicely. And I've got quite a good technique how to do that with hand carders. If you want to hear a little trick that I've got for making really tidy, neat Rolags, then feel free to watch this video. I'm going to put it up on the iCard. I can't remember if I've seen someone else do it or where I found out about it, but it's just, yeah, it's really easy to do. And then later on I'm going to try and see if the tidy Rolag or the slightly messy Rolag works better when I'm spinning with it, and then I'll do a video about that too. If you subscribe, then you'll get notifications of all the videos that I'm doing. Oh, I can hear the magpies outside. I always get worried when you hear the magpies, because I know they steal eggs from like the little birds, and I've seen the first time this year I've seen 2 blue tits in a nest, like coming in and out and feeding. Well, they must have, oh, wish I could put a little camera in there. I haven't had a look inside, but there must be some little hatchlings in there because they're feeding them like grubs and things. Yay. Which is really nice, because I think the blue tits are having a hard year of it with all the snow that we had, and then it's hot. But hopefully they can have a couple of, I want to say broods? I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, a couple of nests full of birds. So, I think I'll talk about works in progress. So I'm not going to show you my able shawl that I was doing because, well, there's not really that much to tell on that. I think until I start doing the orange like crocheted outline, I don't think it'll look that much different from the last video. So if you want to have a look at that, it's in the last video. And actually I think maybe it's a bit of an autumn shawl, and it was really hot. It felt like it was a heat wave last week. The last few days I've really had to put on the factor 50. So as usual, I don't know if anyone else is like this, I just get a bit distracted and I just start a lot of different projects at the same time. I started a little gnome, and this is yeah, Ange from Yarn and Yarns bought me this pattern for my birthday, so that's really nice. And yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I was thinking about how to do the beard. Anyway, it's a little bit crazy, but I was a bit confused at I don't know why I was confused about it at the start, because it was quite easy. It's just flat, and then it goes into being in the round and top down. I was thinking what I would probably do next time is do it bottom up, just so that the fiddly bits at the end, I don't know, I think I prefer that. Anyway, but I put this to the side because I started doing a different project. And I put this down as well. I'm sure I finished something recently. Yeah, so this is Decrofter's Kep. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And I talked about it last week, and I've used it's kind of like a carroty hat because it's got these, it looks a bit like carrots to me, but I really love these colours from Jameson's of Shetland and Uredale and oh, I used all of them. Jameson the Smith, and that's just stuff that I had in my stash, and a bit of Schiller's Dare BFL, Shetland BFL. I don't know if they're doing that anymore, which is a shame. But I quite like it. It's quite soft, and it's quite a nice drapey yarn as well. But yeah, I think this will be. I'm always worried I'm going to make it too tight, and then it'll be sort of, you'll be here and it won't fit. But I think this will be perfect. And other fairer hats that I'm doing, this is a little bit small for me, but I'm trying to figure out the crown repeats so I can make these like nice flower petals for my shepherdess hat. I know I promised one I'll give it to them as a test knit, but I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm so slow. But hopefully I'll finish it at least for bats to hats. Finish the pattern design. Yes, so I quite like that. And actually this features in one of my, I do some line drawings that I really like. And this pattern features in that. So maybe I'll do some project bags that I can get printed, so it's something that can be made really quickly and put into my shop. But that's probably a little while off yet, but yeah, hopefully that'll be quite fun. Yeah, my sister's probably not happy that I got distracted from starting a swatch on her crop jumper, and I did a raglan instead. And then I thought, oh, I'll do it for my niece. And they're so fast. Look at that. You do like yarn overs, do the measurements, do the yarn overs, it grows, and then you just start the sleeve basically from the end. I might have some more photos I can put in of the progress. And then, yeah, my niece really loves blue. And then I've done, basically, she saw a water bottle that she really liked, and she said, can you do that on a jumper? And I thought, yeah, probably. So I'm just doing smocking to make the diamonds, which I'm reliably informed are 2 triangles, just put them together. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to do some sort of colour work, but I definitely have. I mean, that, wow, that's a good colour, isn't it? It's proper planet Earth colours. These are all Countess Ablaze. I love this yarn. It's so nice. I could probably knit with that forever. It's a BFL Massam, so it's going to be really strong and still quite soft. So yeah, if I'd have actually carried on these yarn overs, it probably would have been big enough for me, but I know she doesn't like things too close to her neck, so that's quite an open one. And actually she's a proper grower, so it's a little bit bigger than she is, and I probably just need to hurry it up a bit. Yeah, but we did some measurements and it's fine. And yeah, I wanted to do a knit front and back on this design, but I couldn't figure out how to make it match or mirror, and it would have made a thick line, but I think the yarn overs are fine for winter and it gets warm anyway, so yeah, I think that'd be nice. A nice and simple one, because the last one I did, I didn't really realise I'd, you know, Colourwork, because there are 2 colours, the tension is tighter, so really you're doing, if it was a plain jumper, it would probably be a lot bigger than the one you're making Colourwork. So it's been actually nice to do something that's just interesting enough to keep me interested, but also just quick to knit up because it's a bit more satisfying. Yeah, but I do like making the little headbands because they're quite quick to knit up, even though they're Colourwork. And it depends on the pattern as well, because what I realised in that Alice Starmer one that I did, the patterns, there were lots of different patterns. You had the fishnet pattern, you had the pattern in the middle, you had the patterns at the sides as well, so it was a lot of concentration, so you had to be in the zone as well. Whereas maybe an all over Gansey that's like a 12 stitch repeat would be alright, you know, just going round and round and repeating it, or a 14 stitch repeat. Yeah, that'd be alright. I was looking at something recently, a bit annoyed because I bought the Ghost Horses pattern from Caitlin Hunter at Boyle and Knitworks. And I really wanted to do that. I really liked the look of it. But as I was starting it, I did a swatch of the horses and I just thought, there's not really much. I mean, there might be in the little patterns up here, but on the horses there wasn't much symmetry and there were sort of different patterns, and I just thought, if you end up doing an inch and then you realise, oh, that's wrong, and then you have to rip it back. And then I thought, you know what, you don't have to do this. You've bought the pattern, but you absolutely don't have to do the pattern. I've got the wool and it's Retrosario Rosa Pomar, so like it'll be gorgeous for anything. So what I thought was, well, I could do a Raglan, this Raglan design that I'm doing, I could do a bit of it in Colourwork anyway, so that'd be alright. This Bordellera de Serra Estrella sheep, and it's just really nice and soft, and they're a hill, I think they're a hill breed from Portugal, and I really want to go and see her shop at some point because it looks really kooky and has loads of old like wooden drawers and stuff in it. I'm going to visit so many yarn shops when I go places. I really want to go to Amsterdam and go to Stephen and Penelope. Oh, and there are, yeah, I know people in Amsterdam, so I could go and visit them. That would be the main reason I go to Amsterdam, then Stephen and Penelope would be the second reason. So yeah, that'd be nice. So oh, it's nice to think about travelling again, isn't it? Oh, that'd be so nice. And 5 minutes to make a difference. I think I'll just talk to you about some podcasters that I liked as well. So recently I've been watching Northern Knits and Pearl, and she's this really lovely girl. I can't remember if she lives, I want to say she lives in Canada. I'm not sure, maybe Canada. And I want to say Montreal. Okay, I'm going to put it here if that's right, if that's wrong. Yeah, and she just talks through all her socks, and she does like a vlog thing where she films some stuff sometimes, and she goes camping in the woods, and yeah, she's got some really nice films of sort of the hillsides and forests all around. I think they're mainly like pine forests. I don't really know much about the trees up there. We have quite a lot of deciduous kind of trees around here. Oaks and ash and beech rather than conifers and that sort of thing. Yeah, but she designs her own socks and things, and that's quite, she's she was talking about fit as well. So I can't remember her name, but Northern Knits and Pearl girl. She talks a lot about putting your bust size or like the measurements of your feet and things on like a Ravelry profile, or when you're talking about it in a podcast, which is actually really a good idea, like in saying what size you are, because I was looking at a model in a magazine and it said like they'd used a size 2 with 10 centimetres or 4 inches of ease. I thought that's a mad amount of ease. But it's really useful to see how things will hang on someone. When you're looking at like how you want the fit of a garment on you, maybe. And yeah, it just made me think that's what's so great about making your own clothes, making your own garments and accessories. It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, if you're tall, short, big, small in some areas, big in some areas, you can modify things to your own design. And that's the thing, isn't it? We're all different, and it's great to have that possibility to alter clothes if you can, or if you have someone you know who can alter things for you. That's really good. And figuring out your shape, like you could have a sock pattern that you use for yourself for the rest of your life if you got the same yarn and needles, because it'd exactly fit your foot as you want to have it fit, and that's really great. I've also been watching The Last Homely House, and I always thought it kind of rang a bell, that, and I didn't know why. But it's from The Hobbit. I think he's talking about Rivendell. Maybe, I can't remember. She does a whole video on it. But yeah, it's quite nice. She just sort of, yeah, like I'm doing, just sits and chats about quilting and a bit of knitting, and she does some bookbinding, which I've played about with a little bit. I went on a little like volunteer. I think if you were staff at the RSC, then you got quite a lot of different like you could go on courses for different things. I think they had one that was like dealing with change and yeah, bookbinding, which was good. So that was quite a nice perk. I have to time myself so that my camera doesn't time out. Yeah, so I've been doing this really fun thing on a Friday. It's called Social Club, and this lady, Christine Leach, she does, like, she makes dresses out of shirts. She does, I think she's got a book called Festival Fabulous, and it's just like embroidered headdresses and things like that, but with 100% wool felt, and like some fancy gold leaves and things. So the embroidered E that I was talking about before, that I gave to my friend, that's she did a template, and you can just cut out the template and you sort of make it up, make the flowers up yourself. Yeah, so every Friday she does this Instagram live. I don't know if she's doing it now that it's sort of summertime, springtime, now that it's coming into summer. I don't know if she'll be doing it as frequently because lots of stuff to do, but she does just a different thing, and I think she might be doing kits to go with them, but she has loads of stuff on her website that's really cool. and that's nice. Yeah, it's just, I think there's like 30 to 50 people who follow it, and then she just embroiders and you watch her embroidering, and then you can like sew along or just watch and get some tips on embroidery. And it's kind of, I think I'd call it like contemporary fashion embroidery, which is really nice. Because I do like the look of some of that old black work and things that you get in Tudor embroidery, but it's been really nice to use bright colours and just some simple stitches that are really effective. And yeah, she's so lovely. She's like, where are we all from then? How's everyone doing? And just normal stuff. But yeah, just really friendly, and like her mom and her sister. Oh yeah, she's a twin. How cool is that? And yeah, her mom and sister joined the sew along thing, so that's really nice. And I was thinking, I know she has some pom pom things, so maybe when we do the Pomtober cow, we can do, like, she does leopard print pom poms, and maybe you could look at her garlands and see if you want to make something like that for Pomtober. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, and actually for Bats to Hats I'm releasing a pattern that has a pom-pom in it, so I hope you'll enjoy that. And if you want to buy that in my Etsy shop, that will just support all the time and stuff it takes to make these videos, basically. I forgot to say when I was saying about the embroidery, I had to go and get some felt. I didn't get, it's not 100% wool, so it doesn't really match the other felt, but it did get the colours that I wanted for the little embroidered E. I wanted a bit of purple to go. I just wanted, I think I had 3 colours, like the pink, the green and the yellow, and I just needed one more colour just to, and my dark purple I had was a bit too dark, so yeah, I just got something a little bit lighter. It was nice. And then of course they had a load of fat quarters at my local bead and button bazaar. And yeah, I think I might go there to get some stitch marker charms and make up some stitch markers, because I've been looking for some charms for ages and I didn't even think to look there, so that's really cool. I'll probably pick some things up, and maybe I can put that into the prize for the Bats to Hats, which so far I've got a knitted hair clip that I've made, mini hats, and yeah, I'll probably put a stitch marker in there, and maybe a mini skein of some of my naturally dyed stuff. Yeah, if you like that. I found these lovely charms. So I found the cat and the little caged bird at the Bead and Button Bazaar, but I found this pewter replica charm that's really cute from the original Reenactors Market in Brighton, so that was really cool. Right, and now for something completely different, but actually it's just sheep. I think I'm making some friends. That sheep is very suspicious. I'm going. Oh. I'm sleepy now. Can you tell I'm sleepy? Anyway, yeah, if you've heard my tummy grumbling, it's because I haven't had my breakfast yet. Stupid tummy. I have to go and eat something. Probably a bit of a treat, actually. We've had crunchy nut cornflakes in the kitchen. Usually I just have some porridge, which has been quite nice over winter, but porridge is so bad. I always leave. I know I have to only put it in the microwave for a minute, because if I put it on for 2 minutes and I know I'm meant to watch it, it'll just explode and it'll be everywhere. It'll take me about 10 minutes to clean it up and it'll be cold by the time I eat it. But if I have time and I'm a bit leisurely, I will do it in a saucepan. There's probably some sort of worldwide debate like, you can't have porridge in the microwave, but I think it tastes the same anyway. Sometimes it doesn't cook as well as it does in the saucepan, and sometimes if I leave it to go cold because I've got distracted by something else, then the chicken gets the porridge, which is totally fine by her. She loves porridge. She's crazy. She killed a mouse. She killed a mouse the other day. Like, she's 8. She's old. I don't know. It's like she's got a second wind this year. She's running about the garden, chasing the pigeons, telling them off. So, yes, like and subscribe. And if you want to go over to my Ko-fi account or my Patreon account, then you can support all the fleece buying pretty much.